regardless of military occupational specialty, are trained in infantry skills essential to operating in a combat environment. It is here at the School of Infantry that the process of truly becoming a Marine is completed. If you would allow me, I would like to take the next few moments to recap the last 29 days of training and cover some highlights that your Marines have endured. During that first week of training, your Marines were introduced to and evaluated on set of skills such as radio communication, tactical field care, and land navigation, both day and night. Your Marines were also introduced into the concept of combat conditioning in the form of a 5K hike and the completion of the obstacle course. During the following week, your Marines executed a 10K hike out to a range complex known as Camp Day. And for the next 9 days, your Marines executed numerous live fire ranges and combat marksmanship ranges both day and night with the M16 A4 surface rifle. Your Marines also fired machine guns and they threw live hand grenades. Your Marines were also introduced to and executed patrolling operations, convoy operations, and defensive operations. During those last days of training, your Marines executed a 15K hike, and they executed a culminating event, a 48-hour exercise known as the BSRE. It is during the BSRE that your Marines put together and demonstrated their mastery of the skill sets that they learned over the last 29 days of training. Everything that your Marines did was evaluated by an outstanding group of combat instructors. And like the Marines graduating today, India Company's combat instructors are comprised of Marines from many different military occupational specialties. After successful tours in the operating forces, most of those combat tours, these Marines were screened and selected and assigned special duty as a combat instructor. When introduced during today's graduation, you will see the Marines who have fought in the initial phases of the war on terror and have given their finest efforts to ensure that your loved ones are prepared to continue that fight. On that note, I would like to address the graduating company, so please excuse me while I turn my back for a moment. Marines of India Company, you've earned the right to enjoy this day. Remember what myself and battalion commander stressed to you. Remember the skills that you've been taught. You will truly not appreciate their importance until the time comes when you're forced to apply them. I'm more than confident that the lessons and values imparted to you by your combat instructors will aid you towards success. Good luck with your following schools and your careers in the Marine Corps. Semper Fidelis. Ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you for attending today's graduation and for your support. Please enjoy the rest of your day here at the School of Infantry.
At Marine Combat Training Battalion, the battalion commander is authorized to recognize the one student who has demonstrated superior performance and exceptional leadership ability by designating him as a company honorman. Today's honorman will receive a plaque from the Marine Corps Association and will receive a certificate of commendation from the battalion commander. Ladies and gentlemen, please hold your applause until all of the honor graduates have received their awards. The United States Marine Corps Certificate of Commendation, the commanding officer of Marine Combat Training Battalion takes pleasure in commending Private First Class Devin A. Turner for superior performance while undergoing Marine Combat Training from 5 February 2013 to 5 March 2013 at India Company Marine Combat Training Battalion, School of Infantry West, Camp Pendleton, California. Throughout this challenging 29-day period, PFC Turner demonstrated extraordinary performance of duties during all phases of academic and practical application training. In recognition of his accomplishments, PFC Turner was selected as a company honorman, the only Marine selected in a company of 426 Marines. PFC Turner's dedication to the Marine Corps and his fellow Marines reflect a great credit upon him and are in keeping with the highest traditions of the United States Marine Corps. Signed, K.M. Stoddard, Lieutenant Colonel, United States Marine Corps, Commanding. PFC Turner hails from Wollongong, Australia. His MOS is 6046, Aircraft Maintenance Administration Specialist. He will be attending school in Meriden, Mississippi. In addition to the company honormen, Marine Combat Training Battalion recognizes those Marines whose motivation and dedication have served as an inspiration to their fellow Marines throughout this physically and mentally challenging training cycle. Whether it is on a forced march, on patrol, or just conducting field day, these Marines can be expected to give 100% effort. At this time, we would like to recognize the Marine that excelled in academic excellence and gun-ho recipient. United States Marine Corps, Private Jonathan J. Smith, was, on the 5th day of March 2013, the subject of a meritorious mass conducted by the commanding officer, Marine Combat Training Battalion, School of Infantry West, Camp Pendleton, California, for outstanding service as follows. During the period from 5 February 2013 to 5 March 2013, while serving as a student in the company, Marine Combat Training Battalion, you consistently perform your duties in an exemplary and highly professional manner by scoring higher on the written test and on the performance evaluations than any of your peers, making you the academic leader for the company with an overall average of 96.7%. Your devotion to duty and tireless efforts reflect a great credit upon you and were in keeping with the highest traditions of the United States Marine Corps. Signed, K.M. Stoddard, Lieutenant Colonel, United States Marine Corps, Commanding. Private Smith hails from Midland, Texas. His MOS is 0651, Data Network Specialist. He will be attending school at 29 Palms, California. United States Marine Corps Private First Class Keegan K. Walsh was, on the 5th day of March 2013, the subject of a meritorious mass conducted by the commanding officer, Marine Combat Training Battalion, School of Infantry West, Camp Pendleton, California, for outstanding service as follows. During the period from 5 February 2013 to 5 March 2013, while serving as a student in the company, Marine Combat Training Battalion, you consistently perform your duties in an exemplary and highly professional manner. Your motivation, enthusiasm, and unselfishness caused your peers to select you as the Marine they would most like to serve with again. As such, you have been awarded the Gun-Ho Award for India Co. Your devotion to duty and tireless effort reflect a great credit upon you and were in keeping with the highest traditions of the United States Marine Corps. Signed, K.M. Stoddard, Lieutenant Colonel, United States Marine Corps, Commanding. PFC Walsh hails from San Jose, California. His MOS is 0231, Intelligence Specialist. He will be attending school at Damick, Virginia. We would like to take this moment to recognize those Marines who received a Certificate of Appreciation and Marine Combat Training Battalion. These Marines were recognized based on their devotion to duty and small unit leadership displayed throughout the training cycle as a student and Marine Combat Training Battalion. The Marines from 2nd Platoon are Private Garrison, Lance Corporal Hewlett, Private Rodriguez, Private Taylor. The Marines from 1st Platoon are Private Osborne, PFC Campbell, PFC Carpenter, Private Allen. The Marines from 3rd Platoon are Private Krantz, Private Mason, Private Mayfield, Private Prose. The Marines from 4th Platoon are PFC Turner, PFC Salazar, Private Roy, Private Rosa. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in applauding the award recipients for Company I.